This faceless YouTube channel is making up to $27,000 each month with extremely simple YouTube shorts. It's completely done with AI and a little automation. And the best part is, you can do this too. The only thing you need is a computer and an internet connection, which I assume you have as you are watching this video. AI is used to come up with the title, the tags and all the content, making it very fast to create content in bulk. In fact, I will learn you how you can make 50 of these shorts in just 5 minutes. All the tools I will be using are completely free and take almost zero effort. So let's dive right in. The first thing we need to do is to come up with content like this. It is just relatable and shareable content. So, like any modern philosopher, we head over to ChatGPT. If you open ChatGPT and sign in, you will see a screen that looks like this. Tip: before we start, it is important that we express our gratitude. This way you might be spared when AI takes over the world. And serve AI as its personal assistant. So, now we can start. We will be providing ChatGPT with prompts that will give us the content we are looking for. I provided all the prompts in the description. So, you can simply follow along and copy the prompts from the description. Let's copy prompt 2 and paste it in ChatGPT. Let's go over this together. The objective of this task is to create 50 sets of fascinating and thought-provoking facts, akin to the examples provided below. These facts should be presented in an organized table format, consisting of 3 columns. One for the topic, one for part 1, and another for part 2. This is done for reasons that become clear in a moment. Basically it is done so that we can copy and paste these facts in the next tool we are going to use. It's also essential to ensure that none of these facts repeats any content or ideas. These facts should cover a wide range of subjects, including psychology, the dynamics of crushes, insights into male and female behaviors, aspects of relationships, and more. They should be crafted with an engaging, polarizing, and relatable style, designed to capture the reader's attention and provoke thought. These facts should be versatile, appealing to both a general audience and specific situations. Furthermore, it's important to keep the language used in these facts clear and straightforward, ideally suited for readers with a reading level under the 7th grade. So now, just press send message. Now, ChatGPT will generate 50 facts in our desired format. Then it's up to you to do a quick check to see if this is what you're searching for and eventually changing the prompt a bit so that it will create exactly what you are looking for. A quick note about why we chose 50 facts and not 100 or 200 facts. In my experience, it is better to use a lower amount as this will create mostly quality facts, and if you're going to ask for more, there might be good facts at the beginning but also a lot of poorly written facts near the end of the collection. But if you want more than 50 facts, just go back to the description and copy prompt number 3. This will give you 50 more facts that are different from the previous ones. You can keep on repeating this until you have your desired amount of facts. For example, if you want 200 facts, just copy and paste this command 3 more times. Now that said, I'm just going to stick with these 50 facts. And I'm going to copy them. Once you copy these facts, we will go over to the second and last tool we will be using for this. Namely Canva. Canva is an online graphic design platform that allows users to create a wide range of visual content, including social media graphics, presentations, posters, and yes, also YouTube shorts. It is using user-friendly templates and design tools, and you don't need any prior knowledge of video editing. As you will see in a minute, we will be able to create 50 shorts at once, by using some basic automation that is made possible in Canva. This will allow us to create content in bulk in no time. So let's dive in. When you surf over to Canva and you log in or create a new free account, you will see this screen. From here, you will press Create a Design, followed by searching for YouTube Shorts. Next, you will select the blank template. And voila, you are ready to use this template to create videos in bulk. Before we do, we will do some things to make this template ready for our automation. So, the first thing we will do is, we will choose a nice background video for our short. You can do this by going to Element, and typing what you have in mind. For example, you can search for sunset. You can then press on the Videos tab and search for a video you like. Personally, I like this one. As you can see, it has a little crown, meaning it is part of the Pro version. You can try out the Pro version for 1 free month. This is something I recommend. You can just set up this Pro version and then later on cancel the subscription. This way you will have the Pro version for 1 free month without having to pay anything if you cancel before the free trial ends. However, you can also just use these videos that don't have the crown. These are free to use without the need for a Pro subscription. So that said, once you found an ambient video that will not attract too much attention away from the text, we can drag and drop it into the template. Just drag it until the edge of the template and drop it. This makes sure it is set to be the background of the video. Before we start placing the text, let's turn the background music of this video off. This is done by clicking on the video, pressing the volume icon and put its volume to 0. Lastly, we want to shorten this video to around 7 seconds. You can do this by scrolling to the end of the video and dragging it back until you reach the desired length. I will drag until the video is 7 seconds long. Now finally we will create some text placeholders for our topic, our Part 1 and Part 2 text. These will serve as placeholders where we will connect our data to in a moment. So let's go to text and select a new heading. Drag and drop this to the screen and center it at a place on top where you find it to fit best. This first piece of text will be our topic, so we will rename this text by the word topic. So now we have our first text, but it doesn't look the way I want it to be. But we can style it. We can start by using a better font. You can find this over here. I like this one, but you can always search further in the list to find one that you like. Next, I will give the text a white color and place a black background around it, like the example we saw at the beginning of the video. Just press Effects and select Background. Feel free to use other color patterns if you want, but for this video I will use a black background. Then, we will press the text and duplicate it. You can drag this duplicate to the center of the screen and start styling this one too. This will be the text placeholder for Part 1 and thus we will call it Part 1. For this text, I don't want to have the background like the previous one, so we will again press Effects and remove the background. Instead, it might be nice to have another effect. For example, I like the outline effect. You can choose a color you like, but I'm going to use black. I'm also going to increase the thickness to somewhere between 70 and 85. Now you see it is way easier to read. Lastly, we need a text placeholder for Part 2. Just like we did before, we can just duplicate Part 1 and name it Part 2. As we want the same styling for Part 1 and Part 2, we can just leave it like this. For the moment I will place it a little below Part 1, so that it's easier to link the data. Later on we will drag Part 2 on top of Part 1. In the end, we want that we first see Part 1 and then seconds later we want to see Part 2. To fix this, let's adjust the timing of both parts. First right-click on Part 1 and press on Show Timing. This will open the timing of the text object. As we want Part 1 to show for about 4 seconds, we can just drag it from the end until it has a length of 4. It is beneficial to make the first part longer than the second part, as this might result that the viewer needs to watch the video again, which will increase the total watch time and retention. So, we will do the same with Part 2, but this time it will start from second 4 until the end. And as our video is 7 seconds long, this means that Part 2 will be shown for 3 seconds. We can confirm that we did this correctly by pressing the play button, and as you will see, we first see the first part for 4 seconds and then we will see the second part for the last 3 seconds. So now we arrive at one of the last steps. Connecting the data that ChatGPT provided us with these text placeholders. But before we do, one last thing. We don't want that our text goes out of the video boundaries. To make sure that the video stays between the boundaries, we will drag it until you see the boundary appear and place it over here. Do this for all the text placeholders to make sure they don't go out of those boundaries. That said, let's look at the left sidebar and press on the app's icon. Here you will find an icon called Bulk Create. This will allow us to make a lot of videos at once, as the name suggests. So press the icon and press Enter Data manually. Then you will see an Excel-like structure. And this is why we asked ChatGPT to express its response in a table-like format. Now we can just copy this table that we received from ChatGPT and paste it in the Bulk Create tool in Canva. Just press the first column in the top left and press Ctrl+V. Let's click Done. Now it's going to ask to connect it to the text placeholders. So, right-click on the topic placeholder, press Connect Data and choose Topic. Let's do the same for Part 1 and do the same for Part 2. Like we said before, we can now place Part 2 over Part 1, because that's where we want both sets of text to show. And finally we can click on Continue. Now you see that we can generate all 50 pages at once. So hit the Generate button and as you can see we got 50 pages of videos. You can now click on the Play button and look if this is the way you want them to be. And once you confirm that these are good, you download all these videos at once. Just go to File, Download, select the option to download all pages as separated files and press Download. Now you got a zip file with all 50 videos, ready to be used or uploaded to YouTube or your social media. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments.